Paul Farrington.
Hold on.
You tell us you're going to do the countdown, and then we start going, and you say, well, hold on.
And there you go.
We're live?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Great job, producer Zach. Jeez, one day we'll get this thing done.
Hey, you got us on. We're
All
good.
right, welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul joined by Jack Weinberger, well, the corpse of Jack Weinberger, Robert Ziggy Ziegler, and Zach Bloomquist, the best executive producer in the game. He's got a camera
he lost
on
the
him.
title. He lost the title.
The
That
best
live introduction.
I
He
guess
has one job.
He's an executive producer of the show. Oh, he's a good one. We like Zach. We keep him around for specific reasons.
Yeah, if we didn't like him, we let him go at this point already.
So Jack, how are you feeling after that? Hey, how about the cap of the week? Clap it up for the Jack cap of the week hits 2 in a row, right? 2 in a row now.
Yeah, I mean, I
just like last year.
Like, not trying to sound cocky. I don't lose much.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I know that it was kind of a scare yesterday, but not much of a doubt in our minds, right?
No, I knew all along. It was a cap. We were gonna be fine.
Did you celebrate or anything like that?
I had a little too much fun last night. I was driving over here and realized I'm not hungover. I'm still drunk.
So we have everything prepared for Jack. So if you can see, we have an assortment of beverages for him: Gatorade,
water,
maybe more
beer,
water, some tequila if he wants to get crazy.
Hair of the dog, maybe. But yeah, I think I blow like a 0.15 right now. Do breathalyzer.
You want Advil or something like that, just in case?
I took some already, but I'm
Hey, producer Zach, is there any way to turn up the volume of the whole stream? It's coming in pretty low.
Producer Zach, we're gonna have to see in the moment. Yeah, you just slide it up the way that I was showing you before. So okay, today we got a huge win for the show with the Jack Cap. He's back. He's already eyeing some picks for the next week.
Also,
to go to 3 in a row.
Both those teams last night will beat the Bears.
Yeah, well, very potential. Okay, so huge game today, right? There are games and then there are big games, and today certainly qualifies as a big one with the Vikings-Packers, Lambeau Field, undefeated 3-0 Vikings. Jordan Love returns from his MCL injury. Like this has all the makings of a special game in Green Bay today. I'm super excited for it. A little nervous for it as well. Ziggy, We'll go to you first, Ziggy. Jordan Love returning here. We talked about it a lot in the preview show. Now that he's officially active, he's playing with the knee brace on today. How much is Jordan Love scaring you as a Viking fan with his first game back from injury?
I mean, I'm more worried for Jordan Love than anything else. Trotting him out with a knee brace against this Vikings defense has certainly got to be a little bit scary. No, I mean, Jordan Love's a very good player, and I'm still sticking with my prediction. I think it's going to be tough for the first few drives. We've got a really fast defense. It's hard to play against. He's taken a few weeks off from playing. But I think he's going to find his groove later in the game. And, the Packers, we've said it so many times on the show, they've got so many weapons that it's a lot easier for Jordan Love. We've seen that Matt LaFleur knows how to tailor an offense to where his quarterback is at the moment. So yeah, I'm certainly I'm more nervous facing Jordan Love with a knee brace than Malik Willis without one. I think there's a chance we'll see Malik Willis in for a few plays here and there, but it's Jordan Love's time, and I think playing at Lambeau against a divisional rival, he's going to be at his best.
I feel like the fact he's in a brace means he's not 100% yet, right? Like you would imagine.
Oh, yeah, he's probably a little bit below 100.
But it's like I'm kind of surprised. I know it is a big game, but it's week 4, and I feel like Malik Willis being 2-0 and Love not being 100%. I'm kind of surprised that he's playing.
Well, there were a lot of Packers fans that we saw throughout the week who said, regardless of what's going on, I'd like to sit him one more week here and really make sure he's 100% healthy when he returns. And I have to think though that the Packers, seeing the way that organization's been run my entire life, they're not throwing out Love unless he can definitely go.
Yeah.
They're not going to mess around.
Desperate.
Yeah, they're not desperate for the win. They're not desperate to get him back on the field for reps or anything like that. Like this is very much a, hey, he can go. Let's put him out there because he's healthy.
I mean, also though too, like if Green Bay were to lose this game, they're 2 games behind you. So I'm saying it is early in the season, but
it's still a huge game.
Right, like before you know it, we're a quarter of the way through, and if you win on their home field, you go 4-0, you're 2 games ahead of them. So I do get why.
All right, let's see what the chat's saying here. So the chats on these lives always get, they're prone to getting a little crazy. So we'll take a look.
We're going back to the chat. We got to give a shout out to JK Zarata opening up with 10 gifted members once again.
Guys, out of his mouth. Thank you.
He just wants as much competition in the Pick'em League as possible. This is the only explanation I can come up with.
Did JK set his alarm today for the Paul Farrington show at 11:30?
Oh, I bet it was set. You know who's so Ziggy? You know how I got Jack to the show today? I called up his brother, called up his sister. Finally, I call his phone. I get through airplane mode, and I hear Jack. Hello. Like, Jack, you got 30 minutes to get over here, man. There are 10-year-old kids counting on you. He's like, all right, fine, I'll be there.
The only reason I showed up was that one comment. That kid's dad left. He said, my 10-year-old son is a big Jack fan, so I want to shout him out. I loved reading that comment.
Producer Zach, you're getting called out here by Doe Soldier. He says if producer Zach doesn't step it up, he might be canned. Uh-oh.
Everybody's coming through loud and clear.
Nah, Zach's already got tenure.
Let us know in the comment section as well as the audio's fine and it's good to go here. So, go ahead, Ziggy.
I was going to say, I do want to give the fans watching, the injury report just came out for this game, and there's a couple major absences on both sides. So the Vikings are losing Ivan Pace Jr., which certainly has to be good news if you're Jordan Love. You're trying to get a run game going. You don't want him getting hit. But the Packers defense, I think has been better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. They have some huge losses, right? So I think the biggest one is Jair Alexander is going to be out this game. Carrington Valentine is also going to be out this game. So a lot of the Packers' depth in the secondary is really going to be tested. And we're going to need a really big game plan from, if you want to keep this game competitive, you're going to need a really big game plan from Jeff Hafley.
It's a tough challenge. It's tough
when you're going against Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. You need all hands on deck.
Yeah, to be losing a bunch of pieces in the secondary. As Vikings fans, we look at that and we're like, all right, Sam, like, there it is for you. You can go out here and hopefully have a big day. But it's always tough in Lambeau, too. Someone asked us to rank the home field advantages in the NFC North. And, no bias. We put the Vikings at number one and the Packers right there.
That was crazy. That was great. Lambeau's the clear number one answer there.
Yeah, I don't know why you're putting the Vikings at number one. Number two, totally defensible.
Oh, yeah, number two is defensible. 100%.
Yeah, so I think that's, the injuries for Green Bay throughout the week, it was kind of looking like Jair was not going to play. Matt LaFleur, I saw a lot of Packers fans seem to be kind of getting pissed at LaFleur's. I would say he's kind of being iffy on whether or not guys are going to play during press conferences. And I get that. That's a strategic move. But it's also, people are like, why don't we just come out and say, on Friday, like, all right, he's not looking good, as opposed to saying, yeah, well, Jair looked rough today. We're not sure if he's going to go. I saw some Packers fans were kind of getting a little frustrated with that.
I mean, it's a shame. I like this JJ versus Jair matchup too. We saw JJ.
Oh, they're fun.
JJ was talking his talk throughout the week. What was he saying? I'm a gritty in the end zone and get him back.
Well, they've been going at it for a few years now.
Oh,
Remember,
I know.
There's the Jair gif. That's one thing that bothers. If anyone wants to bother me with a Packers like meme or gif, just send the Jair grittying over Jefferson. What the Vikings were like 12-3 going into that game, and Green Bay was barely in the playoffs, and all Packers fans just make fun of us for that. They don't even own us. That was just one play. And
I like that little rivalry though they got going on. So I was upset that Jair was ruled out today.
It is exciting having Love return, even as a Vikings fan, because I do want to see this. I'd love to. If Malik played, I was feeling very confident the Vikings would win this game. Regardless of Malik looked really good. People are going to be pissed that I said that because Malik did play well, but Love does bring that element of, hey, like, I want to beat Green Bay with their guy and show that we can do it there. And Green Bay, at the same time for them, if they're able to beat the Vikings in Lambeau, they're going to be tied for first place in the division. And now Love is going to probably 100% be back in week 5, ready to go. And it's like nothing ever happened. You're just in first place. It's kind of miraculous.
I've said this too. I have a hard time seeing Minnesota winning this game on the road.
Why?
I mean, even with these injuries, the spread's open, Jack. It's 2.5 now, so you might be onto something.
I mean, I just think it's a bad spot for Minnesota. I think they're a good team, but winning these 2 big games at home, and now going on the road to Green Bay, it feels like a spot they're gonna get blown out.
You just have a feeling, like a
Yeah,
sense?
I'm just getting that sense.
I mean, I woke up to text today from people that said Jack is a betting connoisseur. He's a wizard. And I guess the cap of the week is kind of proof that you can just see things.
Well, I'm not quite the NFL better that I am college better, but I'm getting that sense that Green Bay and Lambeau today, it's a good spot for them. I get that feeling.
So one thing that I'm looking forward to, actually probably what I'm looking forward to the most, is the return of Aaron Jones to Green Bay. Because that's something that, Packers fans, when he left, I said this before, I didn't realize how devastated Green Bay fans were when he left. I didn't realize the impact he had in that community and in that organization. So that made taking him all the more sweeter. I mean, obviously we enjoyed that. But Aaron Jones wrote a letter that you mentioned in the preview show, Ziggy, to Green Bay and Green Bay fans. And if you haven't read it yet, you should really go take a look in the Players Tribune.
Once the live's over, you should go take a look.
100%. It is just so heartfelt. It is. I mean, it gets you teary-eyed almost. And he ends it by saying, "There's not a G on my helmet, but there's a G in my heart." I was like, "Holy crap!" Like, part of me was like, "Does this guy still want to be a Packer?" It's amazing.
Producer Zach is on Aaron Jones plus 130 to score today. That's his lock. So
Producer Zach, what are your anytime touchdowns? Would you share them with the audience?
Yeah, I got Aaron Jones. Oh, look at me. I'm like all mysterious. I got Aaron Jones plus 130. I like Alan Lazard today. I feel like, that Green Bay connection between Aaron Rodgers and him. And then my final one that's a little out there is Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed.
Finally, this is the first time that name's been pronounced right on this show, I think, ever.
So you have your lock is Aaron Jones. Then what? The one you like is Alan Lazard, and your long shot is Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, especially since what do you call it? Olave's not 100%. He's got he's hurt.
Who does New Orleans play? Who did the Saints play again?
Atlanta today. That's a huge game. I mean, there are a lot of huge Week 4 games today that division impacts here.
I could see Shaheed catching a bomb touchdown in Atlanta. I could see that.
So the Aaron Jones, though, returning to Green Bay, that's something that I'm really excited to see. And yeah,
do you think he does a Lambeau leap when he scores?
I think he does. And actually, this is what I was wondering. I wonder if Packers fans would even cheer him when he gets in the end zone.
I think his first touchdown,
maybe first carry.
Yeah, first carry. Like, it's similar to like baseball. Like if a big time player comes back, they'll cheer him his first at bat, and then they'll boo him later on. I think his first couple carries, they'll cheer him, and then he becomes the enemy.
Yeah.
If it's a blowout and he gets in the end zone, though, like it's a Packers blowout, right? They're winning by like 20 plus.
Let's not put that out in the universe.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. If it's a Packers blow and Aaron Jones scores late, they'll cheer him, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's in the comments section saying we still love Aaron Jones. Like, they still love this guy. But scoring a touchdown is different than just a carry, though. Scoring a touchdown, putting points up against your home team, I'm not sure if they'd cheer for that.
We got to see. I don't know. I mean, he's a lock to score. We know he'll score.
Yeah,
Zach has him to score.
No cheers for scores is what Philip Sellers is saying right now.
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, if you had like Antonio Brown, I guess it's different.
Well, I mean, it would be like, I guess Le'Veon Bell coming back to Pittsburgh and scoring.
Nah, I think Aaron Jones meant a lot more than Bell.
Like, Packers fans love Aaron Jones.
Yeah. It was kind of like when Peterson came back to Minnesota, and we didn't cheer when he got in the end zone, but he'll have a video, he'll have the standing ovation and everything like that.
I'm telling you though, like if Big Ben Roethlisberger ever played another team and came back to Heinz Field,
you might be rooting for that team.
I might be rooting for him. Yeah.
I mean, like Kirk Cousins. Yeah, you know what? When Kirk comes back to Minnesota, I will give Kirk a standing ovation. I'll play the video for him. I'll be very, very happy. I'm not cheering when he completes a pass or gets in the end zone, though. After that, I want Dallas Turner to blow him up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have a hard time rooting against Big Ben. Some players are like that. I mean, they loved Aaron Jones.
Yeah, a lot of Packers fans seem nervous here with no Jair, no Valentine. Let us know in the comment section right now. Are you guys scared of Sam Darnold? Is that what's going on here?
Sam the man, baby.
Is there some fear for Sam Darnold? Which I can't believe that I'm saying that. Imagine going back to our Week 1 preview, and I said in Week 4 we'd be 3-0 with me saying our Packers fans nervous about Sam Darnold showing up.
This was my first Vikings loss in the season the prediction schedule. I had you at 3-0 losing to the Packers. Then I have you at like 6-1 or 7-1.
You're standing by it?
Yeah, I'm standing by it. I think you'll lose today, but then win like the next 3.
These are great, and the comments are awesome. Not nervous, not scared. I don't know, guys. I've seen a lot of no Jair, no Valentine. I don't want to. And Addison's playing. Right, Addison is playing, right, Ziggy? We confirmed that.
Yeah, Jordan Addison is playing. But,
That's great.
I will say, like, so this is the thing about Sam Darnold is he's had no turnovers up until this point in the season, right?
Yeah, not
Sam.
Right?
Yeah, Sam Darnold, he hasn't thrown a pick.
No, he
right?
threw a
Hasn't
pick.
thrown
He's thrown a pick.
Yeah, you're right. He's thrown a couple. But Sam Darnold hasn't been a turnover machine. How confident, I guess you can turn this back on the Vikings fans. How confident are you really? I don't care what secondary he's going against, that Sam Darnold is really going to keep the ball as safe as he has.
That's what's great is all week. Like all week I've been seeing
I'm gonna pull
people.
up the comments here.
Yeah, all week I've been seeing people. You can take a look right here, Jack, if you want as well. People have been asking, are you worried about this, Paul? And this is when I decided to become an optimist this week. When people told me finally, they're like, you have to enjoy something or you're going to be miserable watching football your whole life. Like, why do anything if you're not going to enjoy the highs? And, that kind of got to me. So I said, all right, you know what? I'm all in. Like, I'm going to believe. Like, why not? There's no reason not to at the moment. But there is that doubt right here in the back of my mind that, as a Viking fan, you do carry those scars. And like there are a lot of them that add up. So if you turn the question on Vikings fans, like you said, Ziggy, I am just waiting. It feels like a ticking time bomb. But I also, like, what I think will happen is it's more likely Darnold has one huge blow-up game and then plays well again. I don't think that this is a situation where if he plays really bad, it'll carry over week to week to week, and the season crumbles. I think what you're seeing from the Vikings is kind of actually who they are, which is a close team, a very talented team, well-coached. They'll be fine. But there will be games here or there where Darnold, when he does, get hit and throw it backwards, it won't bounce up into Brandon Powell's hand. He will try a shovel pass, and he'll get picked off by a defensive lineman. That's possible on any week, and it could be today. Like, today feels like a spot where that could happen. But since I'm an optimist now, I'm going to say no.
Oh, well, there's a better chance that at some point today I walk on the moon than Minnesota wins this game. Like, I think tonight is...
You might be on the moon right now.
I'm somewhere right now.
I'm somewhere on the moon.
I'm somewhere, whether it's Mars or Jupiter, I'm somewhere right now.
Jack's gonna wake up in his bed and be like, "Wait a second, we did the show? I was live."
I'll get Twitter updates on the Steelers game today in my bed, eating a big bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese is great. It's a reason to come to New Jersey, everybody. Ryu Hitsuya says, "Like Shakur, call me Tupac. I'm green and yellow." I started dabbling recently more with some rap music because I have to be a little more cultured. So I've been listening to Biggie a little bit this week.
You like to dabble?
I dabble. No, I mean, dude, I think my favorite's always been Kanye, but I did hit a little Kanye. I introduced myself to Lil Wayne a bit. Is that Ziggy? You familiar?
Lil Wayne's good.
I like Lil Wayne.
Let it rock.
I mean, if you want to introduce yourself to New York hip hop, like you got to be starting with Nas here.
Yeah, I know nothing about Nas.
Just sit. Illmatic's like 45 minutes. Just sit down and listen to it.
Yeah, I know nothing about Nas at all. Jay-Z, I know.
Nas is the GOAT. What do you mean you know nothing about Nas?
Yeah, I know. People
are dabbling in some hip hop, and you're not going to look to the GOAT.
Yeah, no, I know. People are really upset that I didn't know who Nas was.
There's also
you
so
didn't
many.
know who Nas?
I've heard of it. Well, I know there's also Lil Nas.
Oh yeah, Lil Nas X.
Yeah, I know Lil Nas X.
There's also so many rap songs too that I know and I like, but I don't know who sings them. Like I'm not good. Like someone will ask me, name like a Kendrick song, and I'll know a song.
Kendrick Lamar won a.
But I won't know.
Didn't he win a what was it? It was like a Pulitzer or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, did he?
It's not even his best album that he won.
Everyone here saying you got to listen to P Diddy. Oh God, introduced at the wrong time. The rap.
Paul's got a Diddy party tonight, right?
No. Well, it depends on if we win or not. No. It's so I guess I don't even know how the hell did we even get there? I can't remember.
We're going from
That's just what happens on these live shows.
From Sam Darnold to Diddy parties.
So the spread currently is 2.5, correct? The line is still 2.5.
No, the spread has not moved of these injuries.
And the spread has been 2.5 the whole week, right? Even with Malik
Vegas
or
is very confident that Jeff Hafley's going to be able to step in, and whether it's like Kayshawn Nixon or Corey Ballantyne or whoever else, that someone's going to step up and make it work.
You're going to get killed today.
What I think is the key for Green Bay in this is pressure. If you got to get after Sam Darnold and you got to make him make mistakes, because if you give him time, guys, there's a reason that Kyle Shanahan brought him to San Francisco. If Purdy didn't emerge the way he did, Sam Darnold was supposed to be the successor after Jimmy Garoppolo. Like he was the guy. And you listen to them talk about, I've been on some calls for my job where I hear coaches have been on these recordings, and behind the scenes they're talking about Sam Darnold. They're like, this dude throws a really pretty ball. Like he is in practice, he lights it up, and people have always thought that if he was in the right environment, he could turn it up to another level. So if you give him time, he'll pick you apart. But he's got a little bit of that Kirk Cousins in him. When you get pressure on Sam and you start to get in his head, I mean, you remember the seeing ghosts? Like that's one of the defining moments of his career at the moment. Get after him, make him make mistakes. That's what you got to do if you're a Packer fan.
I can't disagree with you, Paul. I think he's got some of the prettiest balls I've ever seen. Sam Darnold. And when he's clicking, he's clicking. I mean, he's looked good, but I just think I have a bad feeling about today.
Jack is all based on feeling. If Jack is failing Ziggy's numbers, Ziggy, what do the numbers tell you about? How do you counter Jack's feeling?
Yeah, counter some. Give me some stats or some numbers.
I mean, I'm not sure this is a counter. I will say this: I think the single most important player on the Packers defense today is Devontae Wyatt. He's been on the verge of a breakout season. He's got, I think, 3 sacks up until this point in the season, and he has looked very, very good. He's finally looked like what the Packers were hoping for with that first-round pick out of Georgia. And the Packers always do this when they draft defensive linemen. They draft them before they need them. They give them a couple of years to sort of get involved, learn the defense, and then they let them loose. So, I mean, we've seen this over and over again. Devontae Wyatt, it's his time to show up. And we've seen it through September. He's been very, very good. And he doesn't need to have a huge game stat-wise, right? But the Vikings defensive line, if you want to, if you need somebody taking double teams on the inside who's able to win sometimes, you need somebody who can stuff the run. You need somebody who can get after the quarterback when Sam Darnold tries to step up. Devontae Wyatt could be that guy today. And I mean, of course, right, you can look at Lucas Van Ness. He needs to have a good game. It's all of those Packers guys on the defensive line that they've been hoping for having breakout seasons. Now is the time to shine, because I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Vikings offensive line is decent. It's good enough.
Well, especially the tackles.
Good defensive line to beat it.
Especially
the
tackles
are good.
If you're going to attack it, go interior. Yeah.
So if you're going to beat us, it needs to be on the interior. And Devontae Wyatt, I think a lot's going to be asked of him today.
Someone I can't remember who was announcing the Viking game last weekend, but they talked about Garrett Bradbury and they said Mr. Reliable. He said that's why they call him Mr. Reliable. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Mr. Reliable. There have been people trying to get Garrett Bradbury out of Minnesota for like 6 years right now. And he's played way better. He actually has gotten much, much better from where he was.
He's Mr. Acceptable now.
He's Mr. Acceptable. And hey, we'll take it, because from where he was when he first started his career to now, Garrett Bradbury's playing good football. I was just laughing at the Mr. Reliable. The interior of that Viking line can be bullied at times. And they do their fair share of bullying as well right now. But if it's just the wrong game, that's when everything has the ability to crumble.
What's the weather like out there today? Do we know the weather? The weather report.
Ziggy, you got the weather report?
The weather report is 70 degrees and sunny.
Oh,
it's a
nice
clear,
just like every day in Green Bay.
Yep.
Just like every day in that.
Just like every day there.
70 and sunny.
The Blue Sky franchise, baby.
I'm sure seeing people are handing out beers to each other. The quarterback survives the crazy injury. Bratwursts are on the grill. It's probably a beautiful, beautiful day.
I wish I was out there now drinking those guys under the table out in Wisconsin.
I have underneath this. I have the Dark Cloud franchise shirt on underneath my Harrison Smith jersey here. All right, let's go over to some. Before we do, we'll do game picks at the end here and see if anyone changes their mind. But let's go to the chat a bit and see if you have any questions, guys. It could be about your fantasy team. It could be about the game today. It could be about another game today. Just drop it in here and we'll start answering some. It's kind of a live mailbag.
Some of these are funny.
This is from Gavin Walker. Should I start Jaden Reed with Jordan Love back? I assume you're asking because we saw Jaden Reed taking on an interesting new role in the Packers offense. Do you think that's going to continue? Was that just a Malik Willis thing? I think absolutely not. I think you've got to start him.
Yeah.
The way they talk about him, the way they try and scheme touches for him to get. I'm not going to say Tyreek Hill, but it's clear that Matt LaFleur wants him as a guy getting touches every single game in big moments. He might be the most explosive player on this Packers offense.
I got to start him too. That reminds me.
Well, you were on him, right, Jack?
Yeah. Well, he's on my team
at the start of the year. I mean, when we said which Packer receiver would be the guy to break out.
I love Jaden Reed.
I think they've all been really good this season, or like they've all had their moments. But Jaden Reed has seemed definitely to be the guy to emerge. And when Love was playing, I think he only had 3 catches in that Eagles game. But you were right, Ziggy. He was explosive, and you can use him in the running game. There's just so many ways that Jaden Reed gets involved, and LaFleur does a great job scheming it up for him.
I guess he had 4 catches for 140 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like it was only 4 catches, but 140 a touchdown is the real deal. I would definitely play Jaden Reed if you have him here.
I gotta throw him into it, my flex position.
Francisco Rivera says, Jack, what rappers do you listen to?
Well, again, I like a fair share of rap songs, but don't really know like who sings them. Like I'll turn on the local rap stations on the radio in the car.
You don't have any artists that you like?
I mean, not specifically. I like again, like you give me a song, and I can sing the whole song. I don't know who sings it though.
Oh.
Like you get what I'm saying?
Zach, what do you think about Jacques Webster II?
What was he like a golfer?
It's Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can see why he felt the need to change the name to Travis Scott, given his name is Jacques Webster II.
And again, like there's probably a million Travis Scott songs I listen to and I like, but I don't know it's Travis Scott.
Eminem, you like Eminem, right?
Yeah, I like Eminem. Lose Yourself I like Lose Yourself.
Jack just tries to name as many rap songs. All right, let's get off this. How about country
We got
music?
a question here from Christy.
Go ahead, drop it.
$20 donation. We really appreciate that. That is the easiest way to get your question answered. Who has been your studs on your fantasy team so far? And then enjoy the game.
None, I
okay.
stink.
Alvin
None.
Kamara.
You have none?
No.
None.
Literally.
Oh, yeah, your whole team's hurt.
I mean,
it?
Mixon got hurt, Pacheco got hurt. Nobody's been good. Like,
I'm trying to remember my big stud. Oh, Rashee Rice. I was on Rashee Rice this year. He was someone. So in one of the leagues, I have Rashee Rice, and I really got high on him right before the draft, and missed him in a few of them. But he's been amazing. And, like, you know, Jack's kind of paying the price with Kelsey dropping off a bit, and Rashee Rice is the guy who's stepping up in that Chiefs offense. He just looks like a man amongst boys this year.
who's in my stud?
What about you, Ziggy? You got stud?
My biggest stud, we play in a super flex league, so you can start a quarterback and it's a big deal. It feels kind of cheap to say this, but Sam Darnold, QB5 on the season, he's won me a couple of matchups. I mean, I got Sam Darnold in our dynasty league in like the 14th or 15th round. I'm like, if this guy is any good, he's going to light it up with the Vikings. I drafted basically the entire Vikings offense. I've got Ty Chandler, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson, and Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So
I couldn't believe you
Vikings
did that.
have been my studs. I just drafted the team.
Let's keep going here. Zach, Dominator missed your picks earlier. Can you give him your anytime touchdown picks one more time?
Yeah,
Zach, put it in the chat.
I did put it in the chat.
Oh,
but
Zach put it in the chat?
I'll say it again. Aaron Jones, anytime touchdown. That's my lock. My like is Alan Lazard. And my long shot, Rashid Shaheed.
Bang.
Like-
Prod Little Sip asked Falcons Saints predictions. I think this game is up there with the Packers and Vikings this week. It's super important. I mean, if Atlanta wins this, they're kind of right back in the picture. The Saints have a chance to, you know, not put their foot down, but kind of reestablish, hey, last week was just a fluke. That disappointing loss to the Eagles. Like, we're here to compete this season. Who do you have winning that?
I like Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta, a pretty poor week 1 performance against the best team in the league in Pittsburgh. But then
The best player in the league. Best player ever.
the best player ever. But they've kind of turned it around a bit. They're playing decent football. Like they won on the road in Philly at night. Last week, they honestly probably should have beaten Kansas City. That was wire to wire.
Mhm.
And now they're at home, big divisional game. I'm not a massive believer in the Saints, I don't think. I think Atlanta wins this game at home.
I'm with you. Ziggy, you got the Falcons?
No, I've got the Saints. I
What kind of
think this-
Viking fan?
I'm sorry, Paul. I go where that takes me, and sometimes it takes me too far. You know, sometimes I forget that you've got to check your whatever theory or numbers you've got with some like pre-theoretical intuition in a Rawlsian spirit. This led me into a bad place, and I put the Bengals at 4. I apologize for that, but I'm sticking with my gut here. I think that the Saints' offense is good. I think they just had a bad week, and I trust it more than I trust the Falcons.
Got a couple quick fantasy questions. We'll do very quick here. Ziggy, Terry McLaurin or Chuba Hubbard?
I'm not playing Shuba. Give me Terry
I'm
McLaurin.
with
you.
The Panthers' offense sucks.
I'm with you. I'm worried.
Scary.
And then Jack, DK or Jaden Reed? Metcalf or Jaden Reed?
I think I'd go Jaden Reed over Metcalf.
Jane Reed. I think I'd go Metcalf, honestly.
I don't think I love Metcalf. I mean, like he'll catch a deep ball touchdown. I've had him a couple years. I'm not a fan.
That's really close. I'd go Metcalf, Jack go Reed. Ziggy, can you split the tie?
I'd absolutely going Reed. Yeah, better quarterback, better offense.
Hey, you guys will see. You decide for yourself.
Seattle's in Detroit too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd go Reed.
Okay.
One more thing to pick from Comanchera the Wolf. Matchup to watch. Do you think it's Vikings O-line versus Pack defensive line or Vikings D-line versus Packers offensive line?
Oh, that is a good question. I think it's the Packers D-line versus the Vikings O-line.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying before when we mentioned that if you could get after Darnold, that's how you beat the Vikings. Make him make mistakes. Love generally has been good against pressure in his career, and the Vikings D-line has just been awesome to start this season. But I think that what can most impact the game? It's blowing up Sam Darnold and having him fall apart. That is the most likely scenario for the Vikings to lose. And that's how you do it. It's you attack that offensive line.
Do you think all four of us, me, Paul, Ziggy, and producer Zach, do you think we can block one Packers defensive end? All
Absolutely
four of us.
not.
You don't think so?
Oh, yeah. They're soft.
What about one Vikings defensive end?
No.
You don't think so?
Mauled. Dallas Turner is mauling
What
us.
about TJ Watt?
Come on, man.
TJ Watt? Oh, TJ Watt would kill us. Like, I actually think all four of us would.
You don't think all four of us can block him?
No, I think you would actually. It would be horrible. It'd be like watching an episode of The Boys. If anyone's watched The Boys, you understand what I mean.
Yeah, but
TJ Watt over under for the four of us try and block him. I think the over under on Broken Bones is 12.5.
Yeah, but four grown men. Like, we're strong grown men in our mid-20s. Don't think we can block.
Are we strong? Are we? All right, what else we got here in the
Well, I know I am.
Ziggy, people are saying you're looking dapper. You do look great all the time, Ziggy. I will say.
How do you
look at this guy?
How do you look so good?
Come on. Look at him showing up. It's Sunday morning.
I just rolled out of bed.
It's because I don't sleep in until 11 o'clock and almost miss the live show.
Oh, what's with these strays out here? What's with these strays?
That was not a stray. That was targeted.
We did not see Tom Grossi. I have not seen the Tom Grossi as a Vikings fan video.
I have.
People have mentioned that.
See, it's nice because usually it's the Vikings fans that have to sort of suck it up and cater to the Packers. It's nice to see a Packers fan for once try and have some empathy for what it's like to be a Vikings fan.
Oh, they know.
Of course, it's making fun of us.
Right? I told you this before,
humor's
Ziggy.
a form of empathy.
So Mr. Frankowski, family friends of Frankowski's, great people. Some of my favorite people on earth are the Frankowskis. They live out in Wisconsin, big Packers fans. Mr. Frankowski said he'd root for us when we played the Saints a few years ago with Kirk in the playoffs. He's like, I'm really going to go all in. I'll bet on you guys. Let's do this. And we're watching the game. Vikings look great. And all of a sudden at the end, there's this play where Dalvin Cook, a few minutes left in the game, Dalvin Cook gets tackled, falls down, the ball pops in the air comically, and the Saints pick it up and run into the end zone. Like, it looked like we were about to have a crushing loss. And I look over, and Mr. Frankowski, Packers fan, jaw dropped, a little smirk, because of course he's happy about this. And we locked eyes, and I swear in that moment he understood exactly what it was like as a Viking fan. Like, there's no way this shit is actually happening. And I think that more Packers fans are starting to come around and be like, okay, yeah, it is a miserable existence for you guys. So we'll have a little bit of empathy for you.
I mean, a win today, that's the Vikings. This Vikings' biggest
It's the biggest win in franchise history.
Yeah, this is the biggest win in franchise
We
history.
start 4-0. Super Bowl's on.
Yeah, this is the one.
I might crack open my hair of the dog Coors Light.
Zank says, what would it take for you guys to become a Packers-only channel? 100,000 subscribers, solely Packers. That's what it would take.
No.
Maybe,
I'd quit.
honestly.
I'd quit if we did that.
What else we got here? Zach, don't click. Did you write don't click sketchy links, Zach?
Oh, I did that because there was somebody who spammed in a bunch of links like go to this stream. And I felt...
Wait, we're big enough to have those?
Is that the...
Yeah,
That's kind of
I
sick.
it's been forever since I've seen it. Was like
bots.
every game streaming.
Which
Crazy.
That's not the link to your swimsuit calendar?
That's it. Yeah, that's locked. That's far in the depths of the internet. All right, Ziggy. Echo Zero says, which player on each team, Vikings and Packers, do you believe will be the it factor for today's game?
That's a really good question. I think on the Vikings, the it factor player just has to be Aaron Jones. This is a huge angle from him. And importantly, I think we've seen from the Vikings, we do well with early leads. And I'm worried that if you ask Sam Darnold to play from behind, you put a lot of pressure on him, that's going to be where the mistakes start coming in. The most important thing we can do to generate an early lead is to have Aaron Jones be productive on the ground, in the air, generating a lot of value early. So I think that's the single most important player. On the Packers, I mean, I think the obvious answer to go with is Jordan Love.
No,
But we
veto,
don't like
veto.
obvious answers, so we're not going to go with the obvious answer. I mean, I think obviously he is the most important player, right? But I'm going to stick with my pick earlier. I think the Packers defense will rise or fall with Devontae Wyatt. I really think he is the key for this game. I think that Jeff Hafley has been telling him all week, you are the guy. Because if he's able to generate pressure on the interior, that frees up your edge rushers. That makes it easier on some of the cornerbacks who are going to have to play with the injuries. That lets Xavier McKinney watch Sam Darnold be a little bit more aggressive because the defensive line is getting there. I think he's the key for the Packers defense. I think he's the guy who has the potential to shut down Sam Darnold in the run game. And if he can do that, take a little pressure off the offense, it'll be smooth sailing for the Packers.
I love Ziggy's. It's such a great analysis.
No, he's
like
the best.
Like there's not many people who can give an analysis about pretty much anything.
Individual player, like in
Yeah.
the moment, I completely throw him under the bus. This is not a like pre-scripted thing.
I mean, you have me out here. Like, I have a feeling.
I mean, you're drunk. I mean, you're drunk, and Ziggy is giving analysis on Devontae Wyatt.
Ziggy's giving a Wyatt analysis.
That's the difference.
And I think the Packers will win because I have a feeling. That's
the difference.
That's me and Ziggy right there.
That was great, Ziggy. I kind of actually think for the Packers it might be like take your pick at corner. Someone who's covering. You gotta cover Justin Jefferson. It's hard to do. So I totally get where you're coming from with Wyatt, but I'd probably go in that secondary and be like, I mean, maybe it's Stokes or whoever's lining up.
The thing I worry about with the corners is if they're not playing well, that means that guys like Xavier McKinney are going to have to be in a much more supporting role, right? So one of the things that's really driven the Packers to success on defense is 3 games, 3 interceptions from Xavier McKinney, right? Every game he's there for a big play when they need it. If he's on support, if he's being used to bracket a guy, and that, I mean, when you're playing Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, you might have to do that anyway. But if he doesn't get to do what he does best, right? Roaming the field, watching the quarterback, being aggressive, making big plays, that could be a problem. So I don't think you need perfect performance from the corners, but it needs to be good enough that you can let your playmakers do what they do best.
Yep. I totally get where you're coming from. All right, we're gonna keep going through here real quick. Just taking a Jack. You feeling better? You starting to wake up, come to life here?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Minute by minute, I'm doing better.
A little Advil,
And
water.
just really quick,
Yeah.
if you're enjoying this live stream, there's always some people who tune this live stream. This is how they discover us. We do 3 episodes every week. We cover the Packers. We cover other teams. Feel free to like. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free just throw in a comment in the chat.
Yeah,
right?
just have fun.
We
We're just
might
hanging
get to
out.
you.
We're just having.
But we appreciate you being here, even if this is the only time you step in.
We'll talk about anything really, besides
truly anything.
Certain.
Yeah, let us know if you're having a good day so far, off on your Sunday. Zach, how are you doing, producer Zach? Why don't you throw yourself in? We'll bring producer Zach back. He's missed a lot of shows, and Zach hasn't been feeling well, so now he's back. So a little clap for producer Zach.
Back with some
It's great to
touchdown
have him
locks.
back.
With some touchdown locks today.
Yeah, producer Zach has been great. All right, Michael Merrill, and I'm just going through some questions here, guys. Michael Merrill says, do you see the 49ers having a better game with Debo back? Oh, absolutely. When he's
He
in...
was not going to make him worse.
Yeah, Debo, that's a great point, Ziggy. Remember Debo and McCaffrey out? It's like last season, completely different team. So anyone who ranks, our friends, the Nerd Sesh guys, and some of my coworkers, they had the 49ers above the Vikings in the power rankings. So I actually, I left a little comment, said, what are we doing here? We're pretending these games didn't happen. And they were saying, no, this is a projection of what you've done versus where we think you'll go. Anyone who puts the 49ers up ahead of Minnesota in the top 5, I understand why you're doing it, because this team at full strength is possibly the best team in the league, not just the top 5 team, the best team. So when Devo's playing, that difference-making ability, Ziggy's rolling his eyes here. Ziggy's like, "Are you kidding me, Paul?" But that's true. That's true.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
Yeah, that's where it is.
I mean, this is
Debo's good.
This is 2 L's in a row now for San Francisco, right?
But this is what they did last year.
Yeah. I mean, this is important though. I mean, 1-3. That's not good.
All right, what other questions we got here? I got my I had my cue thrown off here.
I've got one thing.
A lot of go pack go.
I think people just want to hear me and Ziggy say. Yeah, Mark Brown just said, "Go Pack, go." So there you go. All right. We said it. Very funny.
It's getting all the thumbs up. It's getting all the likes.
Very funny.
I will say this. Tony Ball put in the chat, a longtime supporter of Tony Ball. After the Packers blow out the Vikes, there will be an audio issue. That'll be why there will be no post-game show. I'll tell you what, Tony Ball. not only is there going to be a post-game show, even if we are completely silent, if the Vikings lose this game, which they're not going to, I'm doing the whole thing in my Packers poncho.
Well, I'm sorry. Wait, can you say that again?
Yeah, if the Vikings lose this game, which we're not going to, I will do the whole post-game show in the Packers poncho.
No, Ziggy.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
I'm
Ziggy,
staring directly at the cheesehead that's in that I own, unfortunately.
Ziggy, you're fading my feeling.
Jack, all I do is fade your feelings, and I'm 2-2 on the season.
Yeah, I'm looking at this.
Now you're 2-3 with the Alabama win.
What else we got? What other questions do we have?
Paul trying to get us off that topic.
Oh, look at this.
He doesn't want to. He's not willing to stake anything on the Vikings winning because he doesn't believe in it.
We have a prediction from. I just lost it. Card Zone 1 said, "This is the week of my Falcons Michael Penix Jr. prediction. Let's see what happens."
Michael Bell, do I sit on the bench or?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, wait. What's the prediction here? You're
what
just
is it?
Predicting Michael Penix?
Well, that's all he said. But I'm curious to know what he means. Like, does Penix...
I'm pretty sure we had a comment earlier in the year about Michael Penix coming in for Kirk and playing.
Well, what if? So he's saying like if Kirk stinks today and second half rolls around and you try Michael Penix?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It can't happen.
I think it's a little too early.
Question for Jack: Bloody Mary, Caesar, or mimosa?
Oh, 100% mimosa.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to.
Bloody Mary can take the edge off, though. I mean,
after this Coors Light, I'm about to open this right now. Hair the dog. I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna have some mimosas later to get my Sunday started.
I think a mimosa. When you have a mimosa in the morning after being a little hungover, it can be refreshing and nice if it's cold. But a Bloody Mary, if you take a couple sips of that, you're either yakking or you're like, I'm back. I'm totally back.
Mimosa also puts me in such a happy mood. Like, all right, get the day started.
Yeah, it's orange juice and champagne.
I'm feeling good. It's like
a little fruity, a little girly.
I know. I get in my flirty energy.
Oh god.
I start texting some ladies. It puts me in a good mood.
We've got a J.K. Zarata prediction here for the game. Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson are going to have huge games, but Vikings lose because of Darnold turnovers. I was with you for the first half.
Very
of
fair.
Prediction. That sounded like a great prediction, but honestly, that kind of does sound like something the Vikings would do.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to counter Justin on that and say if the Vikings are going to lose because of Darnold turnovers, it'll be bad. Like, it'll be if the Vikings are turning the ball over, we're going to get murdered. I don't think Jefferson has a huge game in a world where Darnold's struggling. Like, we've seen Jefferson. When Jefferson dominates the Packers, he dominates them. We showed, 169, 184 or something, where it's two huge games, 187. And then when he doesn't show up, it's usually not a great week. It's like 50 or less yards or 60 or less yards. So I definitely agree with you that Darnold turnovers could be the reason, and I have no problem with someone predicting that. But I don't think the Vikings are going to have a big game from guys and lose a close one because of Darnold turnovers. It'll either be like they show up and play really well, or Darnold just completely implodes and it's a disaster.
I like the Packers -10 alternate spread. I don't think Darnold plays well today.
Stop it. All right, what else do we have here? Yeah, Jeremy says Packers poncho time soon. Yay, Ziggy, you can't put this in people's heads. We're not throwing this into the universe.
Yeah, Ziggy,
X literally said, "Why would you even put that out in the universe, Ziggy?" I didn't even read. I didn't even see that comment.
We're going for Jordan Love's other knee today, which is Saints Bounty Gate talk.
Our guy Jake says best podcast on YouTube. Go Pack. That's super nice. Thank you, Jake. Thank you very much.
Go Pack.
We appreciate all these comments. It's kind of crazy how it's awesome seeing everyone.
What part of you guys, Paul and Ziggy, are rooting for the Packers?
Stop
today?
it. People have been asking me that all week. I'm so tired of that question.
Like 5%?
No, 0%.
There's no way it's 0.
People ask the question, and I understand why. They say your YouTube channel will blow up. Like, hey, this could be a 60, 80K.
There's no way
possibly
it's 0.
100,000 view video maybe. And Ziggy, that's being optimistic.
What percent you using? What are you? 5%, 10%?
Some things are more important than success, Jack. Some things are more important than money. It's the
that's not
channel. That's vanity.
That's not true at all. You can't make a living without money.
Here come the moral
Jack,
debate.
If you go and read Book 7 of Plato's Republic, he will talk about the fate of the lovers of money.
Seriously,
and if you think money's the most important thing, you will never be satisfied. He also says honor. It won't be there either, but set that aside. Honor is still better than money.
So hold on. Here's the thing. Most of Wisconsin, all these Packers fans know who Robert Ziggy Ziegler is, and they love you. But the Minnesota Vikings, they don't know who you are. They don't give a crap about you. Why are you rooting for,
Well, the Packers don't know who he is.
Why are you rooting for Minnesota?
What, you think Jordan Love is like watching Paul Farrington show videos saying, I know who these guys are?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. You might be.
J.K. Zarata is actually Jordan Love in disguise. Both start with J.
Yeah, both start with J. He's donating a lot of money. So
You know what?
Kyle,
You're right. Mercury Road Skull Pack Skull. I like that. That's
Skull,
a little.
No, I think
can get along.
I see people sending the Jair gritting on Jefferson gif, and I actually just wrote back, man, I always forget how much I dislike the Packers. Like, it's easy when the Packers fans are awesome. I think Packers fans are some of the best fans in football, but it's easy to fall into that trap of forgetting how much you hate them, and then you see like something. I see John Kuhn, our guy John Kuhn, running into the end zone doing Lambeau leaps. I'm like, no, wait a second. That's why I hate this team. Like, that is why.
John Kuhn knows who you are.
John Kuhn has heard of us. I don't know. Yeah, he's heard of us, but he seems super nice too, and I have no doubt about it. That's what all the Packers fans are, just super, super nice, and it's infuriating, but they're a great fan base. I mean, everyone, the cool team. Like, I get that, but man, I'd love to beat them.
you see, Ravens fans are the worst.
Oh yeah,
Like Ravens, Bengals.
no,
are
actually, I like
terrible.
Ravens fans.
No way.
The worst are the Eagles fans. No offense to any Eagles fans. Actually, I know a lot of really nice ones, but when you put them in a crowd, dangerous.
They boo
Dangerous
Santa.
people.
Yeah.
They throw snowballs at Santa Claus. Kyle Murtaugh, I need to. What's the right pronunciation, Kyle? Kyle says, Jack, go for a Jack and Coke.
Oh, I'm the inventor of Jack and Coke. I love Jack and Coke.
All right, let's see. What other questions we got here? Early or late McKinney pick today? No McKinney picks. No McKinney picks. Let's see this. From Luke says, and I haven't even finished reading the comments. A lot of times, guys, I just go and start reading, and then if it ends poorly, it ends poorly. Luke says, I watch a lot of YouTube, probably subscribe to close to 200 channels, but this is the only channel that I've ever wanted to become a member of. Keep up the great work and go Pack Go. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you're sitting room for Minnesota.
I have to.
No, you don't. You're not obligated.
Let's see. Who else we got here?
If
Jorge
you
Martinez just
if you
asked,
lose, you're
if
3-1.
we saw Jordan Love pulled up to the game in a Brett Favre jersey. I think probably to support Brett Favre's diagnosis with, I believe it was Parkinson's.
Yeah,
But
that was sad to see.
that is sad to see. I do hope that is an omen for how Jordan Love is going to play this game, because Brett Favre had a 17-14 record against the Vikings. He was known. He could generate plenty of turnovers. I'm hoping we see a bad Brett Favre-like performance.
I'm sorry, Ziggy. You're talking about Vikings legend Brett Favre. Was it a Viking? Was it a Viking Packer? A Viking Favre jersey?
Of course, it was a. Was it? Are you asking if he showed up to the game in a Vikings
Brett Favre
jersey?
had the best season of his career in
I
purple. And Packers
totally-
fans know that.
I totally forgot he was in the Vikings.
What do you mean forgot? He was the best season of his
No,
career.
that was the NFC
It
Championship.
ended horribly.
That was-
Yes, it ended in Favre-esque fashion,
But that's. I mean,
that's how he
you
played.
gotta-
I forgot.
Like you say, you got to enjoy the ride, right? With Brett Favre, it was a fun ride for us, but
that was the best season of my life. That was the most fun I ever had watching football.
Paul, it turns
Easily.
out you got Kyle's name 100% correct.
I did. Look at that.
Wow.
Hey, sunny day. Sunny. Actually, it's been raining for like a week. here in
You're a
Jersey.
smart guy. You went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, waitlisted for a reason. Dustin says that's fan of the year, Tom Grossi, to y'all Vikings fans. No, we know. Maybe no channel on YouTube respects Tom Grossi more than this channel. Just getting that out there. We know what it takes.
Do you think if we say Tom Grossi's name 3 times, he'll show up and collab with us?
Grossi. You gotta say a third.
Are you
I
sure?
I tried.
are you
Imagine
sure
if
it's-
Tom Grossi popped on the screen right then.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be-
Immediately 20,000 views.
I wonder if there are people right now who are thinking it's gonna happen.
That'd be the coolest thing.
It's not.
That'd be the coolest thing
It's
I've ever
not.
seen. If he just popped on the screen.
I went to a concert in Vegas. Just like a bunch of different artists were playing, and the Kid Leroy showed up, and he was singing "Stay." And right before the Justin Bieber verse, he goes Justin Bieber, and he points off stage, and everyone freaked out, and they went, I'm just kidding with you." That's kind of what you just did there, Ziggy. All right, what else we got here? A few more questions. Yep, we did see Love pull up. Skull Pack Skull. There you go. Mercury Road. Ziggy said that. I'm way behind the chat. I'm trying to catch up here. Jorge Martinez hit us with the Favre. What else we got?
Mark Brown
Mark
says
Brown.
we them Cowboys are the worst fans.
Yeah, Cowboys fans. I don't have much interaction with Cowboys fans here in Jersey. We know a few, but what, Brendan?
Yeah, he's not. I mean, I wouldn't even consider him a fan.
I don't know if I
I'm
have
one Cowboys fan, and I like him.
I don't
He
have the
just
full
sits in
experience.
misery.
Yeah, I don't have that full experience with the Cowboys fans. Robbie H says Chicago's the big rivalry, but it's like if the Bears are good, Packers are really bad. Like producer's act just walking across the screen. What is this?
Yes.
Oh no.
Go
No,
Pack, go.
No, get this.
Go,
After
Pack,
the game
go.
is one thing.
Go Pack. Go.
No.
Pack-
Zach,
31-3.
Can you cut his mic?
I don't think Minnesota gets in the end zone today. 31-3.
No.
I'll be
Wait,
gritting.
no. Aaron Jones will get in. Zach said.
You're right. 31-7. I'll be gritting in my cheese head today watching this blowout.
Koenig Reigns said, I shouted y'all out to Grassi. He said, who? Oh, no.
No, well, I think this is good. People don't read. Like, sometimes people say you should collab with Tom Grassi or whatever. We are the smallest of small fries in, like, his awareness. Our channel's, like, 2% the size of his.
I mean, hey, we're small fries, but
Ew,
He's like
that's
the
so
most
funny.
successful NFL YouTuber, basically, of them all, who, like, doesn't.
Ziggy.
You imagine you're Tom Grassi sitting there and you see, like, hey, you should collab with the Paul Farrington show. It's like, what the fuck is the Paul
These
Farrington
three
show?
idiots. Ziggy,
Yeah, look at us.
do you know we're small fries, but we sure do taste good?
I don't even I don't even know.
Well, would you rather have a good tasting small fry or a horrible tasting big fry?
All right, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what, Jake? That's insightful.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone who's drunk on air, I mean, that's pretty good. We'll
Right.
take that comment.
Go Pack, go.
So, yeah, I mean, hey, if people want to say to Tom Grassi, like, collab with the guys, we have no problem with that. You know, eventually at some point we'll get through.
Want to wear this?
Jerry says Packers by 10 today. I don't think so.
Nah,
No.
Packers by 30.
No,
Jerry.
no, I'm gonna say it. I will put the energy out there. I'm not putting on the Packers poncho. The Vikings are winning this game. Jack's feeling is wrong. Sam Darnold is going to solidify. He's going to continue to climb up the MVP rankings. Nothing's going to stop us.
I'll
today.
drink to that. Here, Jack, you want to take a tequila shot to that?
Sure.
What else do we have here? We have.
I'll chase with my hair of the dog Coors
Max,
Light.
I agree. The Grassi collab will happen at some point. It's coming at some point. How many sacks we getting today from JB? The Packers will have 2 sacks. The Vikings will have 4. There you go. If the Packers win this game, from Alex, if the Packers win this game, can we get the Packer helmet on the desk? I don't own a Packer helmet, guys. I mean, there's a lot of people want that. I frankly, this is about the most Packers gear. I have that, unfortunately, and I have the Jordan Love jersey from when I had to wear it. But
We are on the record here. If somebody sends us like a signed Jordan Love helmet, it'll go on the desk.
Oh, 1,000%.
a signed
Like, if
Jordan
he
Love
signs it,
helmet?
like, to the Paul Farrington show.
Oh, if someone gets a signed Jordan Love helmet to the show,
No, it goes on the. If it's signed to the Paul Farrington show, it goes on the desk.
I'd make out with that helmet. That'd be pretty sick.
Jerry says go Packers by 10 today. Let's see here. What else we got? What happens if the Rams blow out the Bears? Well, Jack will be insufferable. It'll be. Jack will be
I
crazy.
might not do the reaction if we have to run another Caleb Williams sucks.
Well, that's what's going to happen. The Rams will blow out the Bears.
It's who is it? You're saying yesterday Milrow. You're like, oh, he's gonna be like Caleb Williams, fantastic in college.
Oh yeah, Milrow. He's in their Caleb Williams. Yeah.
But he's your guy. He wins you bets.
I'm like 8-0 with Milrow. Milrow is better than Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Lime has right here. I mean, he wouldn't know you guys. Yeah, no, we understand. There's no one will know. No one should know this show. All right, what else we got here? Everyone loves this. Take that cheesehead off, Jack. Come on now. There you go.
Absolutely not.
There we go. How about some support? Again, that cheesehead off his head. What else do we have?
J.K.
Justin Zarata. Yeah,
says,
we got
I
more.
really hope you guys get a P.O. box soon. It'd be so fun to send you things like authentic Vikings things from Norway, Sweden, Iceland.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
that would be amazing.
that would be sick. That would be your channel is one of my favorite Packers channels from Sam Miller. People really are taking over this. Mercury Road says, "What? Paul, put that cheesehead on, and he'll turn bisexual."
Just put it on.
No, I'm not. You
It's
win the
okay-
Super Bowl, I'll put on the cheese.
It's okay. It's okay to be bisexual in 2024. Just put it on.
Jake Briggs asking the real question here: would you ever date a Packers fan?
Oh yeah, I think Packers fans are great people.
She was hot, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I went to when I was in first grade, there were 2 teachers at my elementary school that got married. One was an Ohio State fan and one was a Michigan fan. And like they had as like a party favor, this little like Nerf football with red on one side and blue on the other. I thought that was kind of neat.
It's a house divided.
I would have no problem at all dating a Packer fan. Actually, she would have to be cool though. She'd have to be cool. If she was a cool Packer fan, I mean,
Yeah.
the joking back and forth, the banter would be great. And then, I mean, at some point, yeah, she would wear the pants though for sure.
Would you rather date a girl who's a Packers fan or a dude who's a Vikings fan?
Girl who's a Packer fan, but
Yeah.
it's closer than it should be. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we have. Everyone says the cheese looks great. I'd hate to have Ziggy from Philip Sellers. I'd hate to have Ziggy as a teacher on Monday after a big Vikings loss. LOL. Ziggy, what do you just like? You walk in the room, you're like everyone, like shut up. Here we're reading all day.
I am grading tomorrow. I have a bunch of assignments to go. And I will say, I have been known when UVA. I had to teach class a couple of hours after the Furman loss in March Madness a couple of years ago when Kihei just threw that clunker and lost us the game. I straight up canceled class. I thought, I'm not into this. My students aren't going to be into this. So we just skipped class for a week.
Yeah, fuck you, Ben R. I date a Vikings fan because she wouldn't expect a ring.
Be nice.
That's a great comment. That might be the comment of the stream so far.
That's hilarious.
That's good stuff. What is the Grossi raid? I guess that he recommends a channel to raid?
Well, no, so I think at halftime, because he takes a break, you can send your fans to another show, and they all end up on that stream.
You know what?
I don't think he'd ever send them to a Viking show, but
you know what is a really good
makes you think
is a really good pickup line,
please,
which I've used a couple times. So you go up to a girl you think is pretty, and you ask, be like, hey, what's your ring size? They love it. It works every time.
You know, I used to have
Jack, how successful has this been for you?
Probably 75% success.
That's pretty good.
3 in every 4. They'll just blush.
75% success for Jack. That's pretty good.
No, they'll just blush, smile, be like, oh.
Wait, what is that? So Jack shoots a pretty good percentage.
Oh yeah,
better than people would expect.
I'd imagine it's lower than 75%.
No, it probably is lower than 75%, but it's higher than 50.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is it's an improvement. That's all I mean to say.
We let's see.
Okay, fair.
Our friend Caroline
Israel Sosa coming in with a big donation. Hi, Jack.
Yes.
Nice cheese head.
Thank you.
We appreciate the support, but I don't know if that's a nice looking cheese head.
I think it looks pretty nice.
I will say it's a nice cheese head. It's pretty high quality here.
It also tastes good.
Mercury Road says once you go pack, you never go back.
I think Philip Sellers has a point that surely must creep some people out. You just go up, what's your ring size?
Oh, well, you have to understand here. If Jack says he shoots 60% maybe, I mean that's also probably generous.
Really
Come on, let's be real. What are you actually shooting?
Probably about 60.
35%.
No, it works.
No one shoots 60%.
You know what I'm saying with just that pick.
Oh, just that
just
line.
with that pickup line.
Oh, sure. So even at that 60%, the other 40% are probably what the fuck?
Then the other line that's good is let's flip a coin, heads your mind, tails and
I have seen that work for you. That's a horrible line, but it does. I have seen that work.
But the what's your ring size is good. They like that.
I think Jack is let's be real here. You are either red hot, on fire, or just a creep. I'm never in the eyes of the girl.
I'm never just a creep. I'm either on fire or it's just not my day, but it's never super bad.
Hey, people take that. You sign up for that 10 times out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, Jackatus is also wearing a cheese head right now.
Oh.
So there's a little Jackatus connection.
We're mashing. Go Pack, baby. Go Pack.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, guys. We appreciate all these comments here. Ishan says, if Love goes down and Malik takes over and wins, do the Packers roll with Malik? No. Assuming Love got knocked out for the rest of the game, it's a luxury to have a very talented backup quarterback, and Malik Willis is getting there. But Love's your guy. There's a reason, guys. You paid him $55 million.
I think Ishan means if Jordan Love goes down is out for the season, are the Packers going to get another QB, or are they just going to let Malik ride out?
No, I think he means would you start him over Love? But to answer your question, you can roll with Malik. You need to bring someone else in the back. Was it Pruitt? Is it Michael? They're the backup, the Tulane kid. You need another backup, but you could roll with Malik. If you're beating the Vikings, you're blowing out teams you showed like the Colts and the Titans. You could play with Malik. He's looked great. But if Jordan Love can play, let's not get anything confused here. He's playing.
Pruitt's better than Caleb Williams. Didn't he beat him in a bowl game?
No, did they? Did Tulane win that game? I thought USC.
Oh, the USC.
Yeah,
won
I think
that
USC
game.
won with everyone out.
But it was super high scoring though, right?
It was. Yeah, Tony Ball. There will be audio problems for us if if the Vikings lose this game. No, we'll be fair.
Yeah. Go pack, go, more like no pack, no. Am I right?
There we go. We like
Am
seeing
I
that.
right?
Why don't the Minnesota
Any
Vikings eat
truers in the
cereal?
chat?
Every time they get close to the bowl, they choke. Damn it. Man. These people. Do you guys think Malik Willis gets a starting job somewhere next season from Brett? No. I saw. I think he's definitely made millions of dollars from these. If this is all Malik Willis plays this year, he's made himself millions of dollars as a backup and a valuable backup. Look how many teams, how many quarterbacks go down. Remember last season? Burrow hurt, Rodgers hurt, Kirk hurt, Anthony Richardson hurt. A backup quarterback's really valuable.
Oh, for sure. I'm curious to see what these fans say, these Packer fans. Who would you rather have?
Oh, Pratt's not on the team. I'm sorry. I don't we keep up with the Packers, but not the third string quarterbacks. My bad.
Who would you rather have as your backup quarterback? Malik Willis or Big Ben out of retirement?
Malik Willis.
Current Ben Roethlisberger.
I think some people might say Ben Roethlisberger.
They're delusional.
I feel like I might rather have Ben. Right? Yeah, you can't see a world. You can't see a world anybody says Ben Roethlisberger.
Nope. No, except you.
I think someone like you might say Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, except you.
and
But you've been red hot.
I'm never wrong.
All right, let's wrap this up here because the game's about to start soon.
One last question from Mercury Road 55, a longtime supporter. Jordan Love is currently favored to win with one leg. How many appendages would he need to lose for the Vikings to stand a chance?
Oh my gosh! All right, we're first.
Yeah, Malik, no question. Malik Willis.
Yeah, but Jack, what the?
Jack, what the?
Yeah, no.
This is great. All these people coming in. Yeah, there are. I would say that with the current state of Jordan Love, we are going to win the game. But if he, if he was missing an arm, I'd feel really confident, or a leg. I would bet a lot of money. If Jordan Love had to start missing a leg, I would bet a disgusting amount of money on the Vikings to win the game.
This guy Brett 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 says Ben was fat when he was playing. Imagine him now. That's funny. He'd be better now.
But Ben was able to push off defenders, shrug them off. It was kind of nuts watching him.
No, he was he was good.
Like Kirk Cousins in the pocket, just throwing people off him and throwing darts.
Jay gave us $2. Says, who does Jack root for? Go Pack, go. I'm a Steelers fan, Jay, but today I'm rooting heavy for the Pack because I'm on the -2.
Are you actually on them? Like
Yeah.
confirmed on them?
Yeah, I'm on the -2. I think
Horrible.
I think this is the bet. The
The
bet
house
of the
divided cannot stand.
A friend of mine for years.
I think
since
it's
second grade.
I think it's the bet.
I
of
don't think you
the
can
bet of
watch
the day.
this game with Jack because he's just going to be celebrating whenever anything goes well for the Packers.
he won't
Oh, don't worry.
Jack-
I'll be
Jack-
home in my bed with watching Twitter updates with a bacon, egg, and cheese and a water, and maybe a Coors Light.
Let's see what else all right. So let's go to the game picks here. Just asked Tom Grossi would raid a Viking stream. He's a nice dude. Tom Grossi is becoming. We'll find a way to collab one day. I sent him a Twitter DM once, and he's too big. He's just too big. All right. So officially 2.5 is the spread right now.
Yeah.
20 minutes before kickoff here. Okay. Let's do some game picks. I wonder where this is going to go. Producer Zach, you want to get involved in this? Give us a game pick. We'll do the 4 picks.
Sure.
All right. We'll go Zach, then Jack, then Paul, then to Ziggy. We'll go in the square here. All right. Producer Zach, throw yourself on. Go ahead. Give us a game pick. Vikings-Packers, 2.5 points.
Give me the Vikes all day.
Look at that. Look at this guy.
Aaron Jones will get in the end zone because Zach said he's getting in the end zone. But with that being said, I got the Pack. I got the Pack in a big way today, baby. I got the Pack. 31-7. 31-7.
Jeez.
31-7 Green Bay.
It's like a Georgia, Alabama.
I think Darnold throws 3 picks.
3?
3.
All right, so we're 1-1 here.
GPG.
I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to give you what I really think is the state of this Packers-Vikings matchup. In Green Bay, I don't like going to Green Bay ever. It's a hard place to play. Any NFC North game is. But I really do think that this Vikings team is currently better than this Packers team. And with Love coming back, I think there'll be a little bit of rust to shake off. Darnold's also a little banged up too, but I just think the Vikings are the better team at the moment. So I'm going to go Vikings win 24-16. To 20? 24-20?
Fool.
24-20. I got the Vikings winning. And it's a good game. Good game. Ziggy,
I know who
bring
Ziggy's
us home,
picking.
brother.
I know who Ziggy's picking.
Look, this is my honest, unadulterated opinion, and that sometimes leads me astray, and sometimes it doesn't. I always think back, Paul. You remember that Notre Dame Clemson live show we did out
Yeah.
on the wherever in front of the library at Notre Dame?
On the quad, yeah.
And big bad Clemson was coming into Notre Dame, and we were going to get killed, and DJ Uiagalelei was going to be the next guy, and like all the rest. And there were some Clemson fans sitting there and staring at us, and I knew what they wanted me to say. They wanted me to say Clemson's going to win. And I felt like saying Clemson was going to win. I opened by talking about all the impact players from Clemson, who was going to be good on the defense and the rest. But I just got a feeling that Notre Dame game was different, that this team was going to be different. And I predicted a Notre Dame blowout. Now, the Notre Dame blowout did not come, but the Notre Dame victory came. So in this game, I'm going to do it again. Packers, go home. You can watch our stream when you're at home because I'm not going to be wearing any Packers poncho. I'm going to be wearing something Vikings related. We're going to win this game. Sam Darnold is going to revive the MVP conversation, except it's not going to him. It's going to Justin Jefferson with however many yards. And I think it's finally our time to take back from Green Bay. Like they've owned this division long enough. It's finally time to come back to us. The transitional scheme is in process. We got the coach of the year in Kevin O'Connell, assistant coach of the year in Brian Flores, young guys up and down this roster. We're finally going to get it done. You know what, Jack? 38-7 Vikings.
I can't believe you're fading my feeling. How do you fade my feeling?
There's no way this ends well, right? Me making like this.
No, and that ended it. We're done. We're done. Me and you both being on the Vikings, that ended it.
Ziggy took us home.
Because this is the Vikings thing. They make us believe, and then they're just gonna take it away from us.
Yep. We said it. Here we go. People are not happy with you, Ziggy. Yeah, you're kind of known as a Packer ally within the state of Wisconsin, so people are unhappy with that. I think they expected it, the rest of the picks here. So there you go, guys.
I'm a closet Packers fan.
Yeah, there you go. We appreciate everyone who tuned in. We were roughly like 400 people the whole time. That's a lot of fun.
Solid. Appreciate it.
We appreciate everyone who came in, and we'll be back with more stuff during the day. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is. We only run the show. We're not sure what the plan is, but afterwards we will have a reaction up, whether that's live or not.